I saw Titanic on Broadway in 1997, and I fell in love with the music, and I fell in love with the individual characters on board the ship. Most of the characters are actual people who were on board the Titanic, and I really was drawn into their stories. So when it came time to pitch my ideas for a thesis production, this title came up, and I instantly jumped on it and thought I could really dig into it and put my own touch on it.
So what were the biggest struggles and challenges you faced while directing Titanic?
One of the challenges I faced was, how do I make the ship sink every night? As I said, it's not about a sinking ship, but the ship does have to sink. We all know that. So I'm not relying on the wonders of technical theater to slant the deck of the stage and have the furniture start rolling down the deck. I'm using the actors and their incredibly creative energy to tell that story. I'm also relying on the audience. The imagination of the audience is much greater than anything that I could put in front of us to sink a ship in a theater.
So how did you make the audience feel more immersed in this show?
So everybody who comes into the theater gets a boarding pass for the Titanic, and it's a replica of the actual boarding pass.
Oh, wow.
And on the back is the name of an individual who actually sailed on the ship, and lots of information about them. Where they're from, where they're born, their age, their occupation, and a little blurb about their story. And this information was on actual documents that they carried with them for the crossing. And so I came up with the idea, sort of.
Okay,
in my
awesome.
research, I went to Cove in Ireland, which was the last port, and there's a little museum there.
Oh.
And they do this at the museum. They give you a boarding
Okay.
pass. So I borrowed the idea from across the Atlantic, exactly. I just thought it was a really good way to get people involved and make people feel more invested in the show. And also we've designed the set so that we're all enclosed on the ship, and I wanted to take that a little bit further and tell them right when they walk in the door, you are on board.
Yeah.
The highlight of this show, I think the collaboration with my design team and music director has been very fulfilling, and we've all been on the same page about this ship of dreams and how we bring that to life. And also working with this cast. It's an incredibly talented group of actors, and I feel really blessed to have been able to spend 7 weeks of my life playing with them in a studio and then presenting what we created.